So this is our video for the strategy pattern. So in terms of applicability, we settled on the small UFO missile, which is a component of our program to implement the strategy design on. So the behavior of the small UFO missile is that it gets shot by the small UFO, travels along the line accurately to the shooter position and explodes. So we have two behaviors here. We have the traveling, and then we have the explosion effects. So basically, the shooting and the explosion effects. So we because we have these two behaviors, we decided to use strategy pattern so that we could encapsulate the behavior and implement it as the strategy pattern. So let me run the demo and let's take a look at the behavior. So as you can see, the small UFOs are firing the missiles and they're traveling to the shooter location. They're traveling to the shooter location and they explode at the shooter location. So we have two behaviors that we've encapsulated in the two classes implementing the interface, and that sums up our strategy pattern. So let's go take a look at the UML diagram so that we can take a look at what I'm saying. Okay, so this is the context class. We have the interface, and then we have the classes that are implementing the interface. So as I said before, we have two behaviors. We have the explosion effects and we have the shooting effects. So we have this method animate these two classes, this animate comes from the interface class, and these two classes are implementing it. So they are overriding the method and using the animate method to handle, and in the case of the small UFO missile explode class, we're using the animate method to handle explosion effects, as that is one of the behaviors of the missile. And then when you look at the small UFO missile shot, we're using the animate method to handle the shooting effects. So let's go take a look at the code. So this is the interface that I talked about. So here we have the void animate method. And then we have the context class. This is where we're going to be using the two so this is where we're going to be using the two concrete classes. So this concrete class, this small UFO missile explode, implements the interface. So here we're using the animate method to handle explosion effects, as you can see. And then in here, we're using the animate method to get the target so we can travel to the shooter location and explode. So if you look in the context class, we instantiate the interface, we instantiate an object of the interface, and then using that instantiation, we can implement the shooting effects in this part of the code. If you go let's go further down, we're going to see where we're using we're using the instantiation to handle the explosion. Sorry, the traveling effects. Here, where the missile is traveling from small UFO to the shooter location. So as you can see, one one of the important uses of the strategy design pattern is that you're able to interchange behaviors by using the instantiation of the interface class and make the code more modular. So here we handle the shooting effects. Here we handle the traveling effects. And that concludes our video for the strategy pattern. Thank you.